All right, so we introduced the five number summary yesterday, and now it's time to practice a little bit. We want to take this data, this is univariate data, even though it looks like there's two numbers here. Well, I guess you could look at it in both ways, bivariate or univariate, but it says the points scored by a basketball team. So that's what we're going to focus on, just these numbers down here. All right, not the game number, but just these numbers down here, that one set of data. All right, and we're going to find the five number summary of that data. What is the five number summary? We need the lowest number, which is the minimum. We need Q1, which stands for quartile 1, the first line that cuts the data into four equal pieces. And then we need the median, which is also known as quartile 2, but we don't usually call it that. And then we have quartile 3, and then we have the maximum. All right, so we're looking for these five numbers whenever it says find the five number summary. And the reason we're doing the five number summary is because we want to eventually do a box plot here to show, how the data is spread out. That's a great word for this lesson, is spread, okay? Or variation. We're going to see how the data spreads out or how it's varied, okay? So now we simply are going to, first step, order from least to greatest. All right, order them from least to greatest. So there I go. I just order them least to greatest. I like to cross off as I go. All right, so I can keep track, and I didn't cross off that last one, but there you go. Now I have my list over here, and now it's time to find my five number summary. My lowest number is very simple. My min is 20. All right, I'm going to do my max as well. The highest number, the greatest number, that's 83. And if we find the median, which sounds like middle, we're going to count from both sides and find the middle number. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The middle number is right here. We call that the median. All right, the very middle of the data. So that's going to be 36. And now, what is Q1 and Q3? Q1 is the middle of the lower half, or the median of the lower half. All right, and Q3 is the median of the upper half. So if we have Q1 is the median of the lower half of the data, all right, and Q3 is the median of the upper half. Okay, so how do we find the median? Well, we have four numbers here on the left, and so we're going to take these two, because there's two middle numbers, we're going to add them up, 34 plus 35, and divide by 2, and that gets us 34.5. All right, so 34.5. And then we have these two numbers are the middle of the upper half. Notice how I'm not including the median in my upper half and lower half. Once I find that median, I don't count that. Now, if this might not click for you, but if there were two middle numbers and I had to add them up and divide by 2 for this median in the middle, then the two numbers I added, those will count in the lower half and the upper half. But you'll get that number in between them, which the real median, it wouldn't be part of the data set. Anyway, a little blibber blabber there, but all right, back to Q3. All right, we got to find what's in between 40 and 44. So that's going to be 40 plus 44 divided by 2. And that gets us 42. All right. So there we have it. We have our five number summary. Now, what do we do with it? All right. What we do with it is we go over here and we're going to draw a box plot. So what we're going to do is we're going to draw above this number line, we're going to draw dashes or vertical lines for each of the five numbers. So we have our minimum, which is at 20. So we'll put that right here. All All right, we have our Q1, which is 34.5. So 31, 2, 3, 4, and 5 right there. All right, and we have 36. Wow, that's pretty close by, so that's going to be right here. All right, we have 42, which is right here. And then we have 83. Whoa, way up there. All right, so now the middle three dashes are going to make our box. So we just connect that like that. Sorry, my mouse drawing isn't tremendous. And then our outer dashes are going to make our whisker. And this is going to be really terrible, but that's supposed to be a straight line. Okay, now I'm going to do something really quickly to just show you visually how this works. And this is the key to kind of interpreting, and that's what gets difficult here, is the interpreting piece. All right, so this data, these three quartiles, break it up into four pieces, just like if we had to share a candy bar, a large candy bar, with between four people, you'd need to cut it three places. All right, these three quartiles cut it into four parts. So if we look at this, here's a part of the data, right? And then if we do another quarter of the data, okay, and another quarter of the data, and another quarter of the data here, okay, we're seeing how those quarters are spread out. They look equal sized in my drawing on the left, but when you look over here, you can see, right, that yellow spot. I can't click. Where can I get? There we go. I got it. Okay. That yellow spot over here corresponds to this this whisker. All right, and the light blue is this little space here. The dark blue is this bigger space, and the purple pinkish color is this really long space. They look like they're equal spaces here, but over here you can see that they're not on an actual number line. So it tells you how spread out different parts of the data are. So in this case, the middle of the data in this box here, okay, the middle half we call it, because it takes up the two middle quarters, is pretty close together. But then the whiskers, the outer half, okay, this purple and this yellow, are really spread out. You see, these numbers are all close together, 35, 36, 36, 37, 40. But then when you get to these outer parts, look how far apart these are, and look how far apart these are. So it shows you that the middle of the data is really close together, but the edges of the data, the lowest and the highest, are more spread out. That's what a box and whisker does, and that's what you do when you interpret these types of problems. All right, I hope that helps, and good luck with the practice.